Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at those acrylic windows. I'm going to be demonstrating the cuts on the two rear windows, and then I'll also do the two door windows as well. We're gonna leave off that front window because there's still work to be done with the turtle deck cover. That still needs to get put in place before I can really measure and cut it. But since I got the canopy in place, there's obviously materials that are also timed and expiring. The Silica Flex, the primer and the activator, I've had those for some time. They're starting to expire on me. I have about another month or so of time left on them. So I'd like to get the windows in and situated while I still have that material available. And then I just have the front window to deal with sometime down the road, right? I don't know, next spring. Probably it'll be done after the avionics and everything else in the engines like situated and all that kind of stuff. So, but let's do these windows while we can. Then we can mount the doors and all that cool stuff. We can take care of business. All right, enjoy the videos and see you at the end.
All right, here we have the rear window, and what we got is just lined up right now. And again, we got the red outline, and it's just doing its thing right now. So that's the basic outline. There's a lot more on this side to trim off than there is on this side. Maybe that's part of my positioning, but it's also what the window seemingly wants to do right now. So that's that. All right. Okay, so here I am. I'm taking a look at the, I guess, pilot side window, left side window. And just looking overall, this is the first time I've laid the window onto the frame. And yeah, I just did an outline basically of the basic red line. And then from there I'll get closer, right? But getting to the red line will kind of give me a basic. But right now, gosh, I'm looking at anywhere, about an inch, if not more, like inch on the sides for sure. Inch and a half, maybe more on the bottom. So, or top. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of window space here to think about. All right, so there you have my first cut around this left window. You can tell I left about, I don't know, half a centimeter all the way across my line. And I know my line in some cases is a little short as well. So that's that. Let's take it real quick just to line up against the plane, see how we're doing. And you can tell it's already much improved, and now we just got to size it up. Okay, so you can tell I stopped cutting just to take a look at the line, see what we're doing, and we look pretty good. So we're gonna continue, and we got a lot to get accomplished here. You can tell I'm off a little bit already on this back side. So this back side looks like I'm going to be shallow. I'm going to be shallow of the line. So I'll have to cut more there, but when we get there, we'll figure that part out. And that'll be probably the last side that I do. But the rest looks pretty good. So we're gonna proceed and see how we go. Well, there we have window 2. It's laying on the table now. And so let's take a quick peek at it and see how we did. 1 second. And so, yeah, that's basically how we did all the way around. There is one thing that I want to clean up later. It's just this edge. I want to soften this a little bit. Other than that, this thing is sliding a little bit. Other than that, things are looking pretty good. So we've got a good consistent line on top, and the front line looks really good, and the back line looks really good. It really just is the little trim piece right here. This little line you see right here to right there, that is just a little piece that I just need to shave 1 millimeter off just to get that rounded back up. But other than that, this window is good to go. And yeah, tomorrow we start on the windows for the doors. And so we'll do those again tomorrow morning. And I'll do the other one Thursday morning. And yeah, they'll be exact same way. But yeah, that's what we got for windows. All right, this is the last window, and this is the right door that I'm looking at right now. It's done as well. This again took 4 days to get accomplished. I took my time, and I did go back at the end of it, and of course did some additional sanding and made the turns a little bit nicer, and when block sanded some of the edges to try to make this a little straighter. And so that's done. About the only thing left to do is, remember when this sits in, there's a little dip in the channel, right? So I always make sure that this glass, the acrylic, right, is angled correctly for that, and so that it sits in there nice. And I'm also going to do a light bezel on the top. All right, so I'm going to do a light rounding just to knock off the sharpness off that edge as well. And I'll do that right before I get these windows seated in place. But likely what will happen is, I'll let this sit for a week or two, and I'll come back to it, and then I'll take another look, and I'll do another little round here and there of trim work, and making sure it's just a little bit better as happens. Because again, take your time on this one, because it's something that you'll see quite often as well. So what else for this? Well, tool wise, again, my trusty Dremel. Spent a lot of time on that. Each door took about 3.5 hours to get done. The rear windows took about 2.5 hours to get done. This Dremel tool, again, is what I used first. It's the 543, and it's a cutting shaping wheel. It did perfect, and again, dip in, dip out with it as I went for that. And then I used a whole set of these sanders, which are the 120 grit sanders, and 432 is the number here. And I had 2 wheels from previous kits, so I used 2 wheels on the windows, on the door windows each, and then on the rear windows I just used 1. And you can tell this is how they end up wearing, and of course that's because I like using the center of it, and that's how it went. So other than that, screwdriver to put in the little things, and that to tighten it. And then I used 2 color Sharpies. The first one I did in red, as you guys saw, and then I went back and I did a green line on top of that, because I could tell the difference from that perspective. As the glass settled, it and fit in the channel more, this started coming down a little bit further, and so there was a little bit more material that needed to be taken off each time that it settled more into the frame. And then the last test, of course, is giving it, the push down when you're going to clamp it, right? You're going to see that flex happen, and it's going to try to push over the lip again as well. If you're pushing down on it and you're getting that seal all the way, and you've got an edge that's popping over, well, you got to take care of that. And so that's something that I went back and I did too for that. Also, in the video, you saw me not wearing a respirator. That I screwed up on that video clip. I was wearing a respirator most of the time. I was wearing one of those disposable masks, and that is highly recommended as well. This stuff it's heavier, so it tends to it's dusty, but it's heavier, so it settles really quick and it falls to the ground, but it does stick everywhere. And so, like you saw, my shirt, my hands, and that kind of stuff, well, anything that got moist, it basically kind of stuck to it, especially my hands, right? Because they start getting sweatier, it starts getting a little messier. And so I started this project every day when it was like 60, 65 degrees outside with the garage door open, made it really nice. If I were to do this in 80 degrees and sweating at the same time, oh man, that would be a mess for sure. But keep it cool is one of my tips for here. If you can do it on a cooler day, great, get that accomplished, because it's gonna help. Watch the tool itself when you're going. There's obviously a spray pattern coming off of the Dremel based on the way the bit's rotating, and so I was always moving it away from me, not going towards. I was always spraying the dust that way. And honestly, this stuff, I don't know how to describe it. It feels like kind of like beach sand that just won't go away. And so I've got some of my shoes right now, and I'm like barefoot, and I feel it in my in my shoes, and it's like, yeah, it's a little gritty, little like fine beach sand, like I've been walking on a beach, is what it feels like. I have vacuumed several times, and you can tell this vacuum cleaner, that's all the acrylic dust from the windows. I mean, like that's that's everywhere. So that's probably 2-3 cups worth of acrylic dust coming from this stuff, and that's just like laying on the table. And I vacuumed myself off like several times. Thankfully, like the distance wise, like it stayed within the perimeter of this general area. Like, as long as I remember to like vacuum myself off before I walked away, life was good. And if I walked away and, dust started falling, I could see like my tracks on the mat and that kind of stuff. And I probably still have I have a little light track still from the dust. So I'm going to have to mop the garage, obviously, as soon as I finish this and take care of that as well. So, again, take your time. And, what I found is, especially with the larger windows, taking breaks, setting the tool down, getting a drink and coming back and just, taking my time on it, because I felt like if I was getting rushed, I would start, taking the Dremel a little bit too carelessly. So again, take your time on it. Thankfully, again, like I had the material work on that, so I had plenty of material, like from the original red line. This is probably my second red line, because I did the red line first, and then when the material settled, I put a green line, and then I put a red line after that. And then the other thing that I was doing here was when I was, this thing is off now because I moved around so much, but as I was cutting this, if I needed to go back, I would do like an arrow line or something, and I'd say I need to start cutting here and then end cutting over here. So I was like making little notches to help myself out, to make that a little bit better. So that's it. The other window again is over here. Same thing. And it's again also basically ready to go. I've got a little bit of cleanup work to do. And then the two other windows are just like tucked down there, but obviously plastic's still on them. You want the plastic on them because you're going to be using the silica and all that stuff on them in a little bit, and so you're going to peel back the corners, obviously, and get the windows up and do that stuff. But yeah, that's what we're looking at, and that's what we got going.
All right, guys, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be in Sandusky, Michigan this coming weekend for the Midwest Build Seminar that's being hosted by Midwest Sky Sports and Midwest Panel Builders. So if you're there, it should be a lot of fun. I think Garmin's going to be there and a few others. I'll drop a video from that as well. I know a couple of you guys have already requested that I take some photos of some things that they're interested in as well. So if you're looking for something, let me know. I'll try to make that happen, and I'll at least try to put that in the video as well. Other than that, I've got an upcoming monthly video that I'll post here at the end of September. And that one should have some interesting stuff for you as well. But I think these doors, they'll stay like that until, like I said, until October, when I have a little bit more time on the weekend to get them fully silked in place and secure. But those doors will get on the plane in the next month or so, and that's pretty cool. So this thing is starting to come together. It's starting to look like a plane. It's pretty exciting to see this thing, and it's getting more and more real as I go. All right, see you guys. Bye.